Are you tired of soaring expenses and dreaming of a more affordable life? Picture this, a city where your hard-earned dollars stretch further than ever before. Welcome to the 10 cheapest cities to live in the USA, where a world of affordability awaits. Journey with us through a tapestry of captivating facts and numbers. Imagine a quaint town where the average home price is a jaw-dropping $120,000, or a place where a delightful meal for two costs less than a movie ticket. Number 10. Sioux City, Iowa. Sioux City is the first of 3 Iowa metro areas to make our list of cheapest places to live for U.S. city dwellers. Tucked away in the northwest corner of the state, about 100 miles north of Omaha, Nebraska, Sioux City serves as a regional hub for business, medical care, and higher education in the northwest Iowa, southeast South Dakota, and northeast Nebraska regions. And it does so with an overall cost of living more than 13% below the national average. As is typically the case, affordable housing leads the way in keeping costs in check. Overall housing costs, which include mortgages, rents, insurance, and related expenses, run 30% below the national average. Utilities are another outsized bargain at 15% less than what the average American pays. Transportation and miscellaneous goods and services are also less expensive in the Sioux City metro area, but healthcare costs about 5% more than the national average. Happily for locals, this relatively small city punches well above its weight when it comes to opportunities for higher education. Briar Cliff University, Morningside College, and St. Luke's College of Nursing are just a few of the academic institutions calling Sioux City home. On the entertainment and cultural fronts, Sioux City hosts everything from the Sioux City Bandits professional indoor football team to the Sioux City Symphony Orchestra and the Sioux City Art Center. Number 9. South Bend, Indiana. South Bend is best known for the University of Notre Dame and its illustrious college football program. In addition to being a major employer, the presence of so many graduate and undergraduate students also helps keep costs in check. The overall cost of living in the metro area runs nearly 14% below the national average. Comparatively affordable housing leads the way in which locals save money. Overall housing costs run 17% below the national average, but residents also catch big breaks on transportation, healthcare, groceries, and miscellaneous goods and services. Major employers besides the University of Notre Dame include Memorial Health System, St. Joseph Regional Medical Center, and Honeywell, a component of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The presence of both Notre Dame University and Indiana University South Bend boosts the region's cultural bona fides, along with attractions such as the Morris Performing Arts Center, the Indiana University South Bend Civil Rights Heritage Center, and the Studebaker National Museum. And if folks feel like getting a taste of big city living, Chicago is only about a 90-minute drive away. Number 8. St. Louis, Missouri. The St. Louis metro area, which spills over into neighboring Illinois, boasts big city amenities at bargain prices. Major league sports certainly help put the city on the national radar, but 3 national research universities, an extensive roster of major corporate headquarters, and an internationally known symphony orchestra place St. Louis in rare company when it comes to what residents receive in terms of forgiving costs of living. The city, known as the Gateway to the West, is home to 7 Fortune 500 companies, including Centene CNC, Post Holdings POST, and Emerson Electric EMR. Emerson Electric happens to be a member of the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats, an index of S&P 500 companies that have raised their payouts for at least 25 consecutive years. As for major academic institutions, the city is host to St. Louis University and Washington University in St. Louis. The presence of so many major corporations and universities helps the metro area boast a median household income that's higher than the national median, and yet overall housing costs run about a quarter less than the national average. Economic conditions at the city level aren't quite as bright, however. Median household income in the city of St. Louis proper, where population is 293,310, is roughly 2/3 that of the metro area. Meanwhile, the city's poverty rate is nearly double the metro area figure of 10.6%. Number 7. Waterloo or Cedar Falls, Iowa. The Waterloo or Cedar Falls, Iowa metro area is a manufacturing and agricultural center. And while entertainment and nightlife options might be minimal, outdoor and cultural activities abound. Sportier types can take advantage of the many waterfront parks and a 67-mile bike trail running to Cedar Rapids. For a lazier afternoon, residents can enjoy the 40-acre Cedar Valley Arboretum and Botanic Gardens. The area also hosts two noted science museums and the highly regarded Waterloo Center for the Arts. As for higher education, Cedar Falls is home to the University of Northern Iowa, which is where NFL Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner played during his college days. Major employers include agricultural machinery manufacturer Deere and Tyson Foods TZN, which helps keep the unemployment rate under wraps. All in all, it's a Midwestern setting with typically affordable Midwestern prices. The metro area's cost of living is nearly 14% below the national average, led by a 20% savings on housing costs. Be forewarned, however, that Iowa is one of the least tax-friendly states for middle-class families. Number 6. Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson, Tennessee, and surrounding Madison County are located 90 miles northeast of Memphis, serving as a regional center of trade for West Tennessee. Some of the area's largest employers include Kellogg K, Stanley Black and Decker K, and Masco's Maparay Delta Faucet Company. The city doesn't lack for leisure activities either. The Ned McWhirter West Tennessee Cultural Arts Center, the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex, and the International Rockabilly Hall of Fame Museum are just three of the city's main attractions. And it all comes in an affordable package. The overall cost of living is 14.0% lower than the national average, led by particularly low healthcare, transportation, and housing expenses. Indeed, housing costs, including mortgages, rent, and insurance, are nearly 30% lower than the U.S. average. Folks looking to buy will be happy to hear the average house price stands at $337,591, a savings of $115,000 when compared to the national average. Average apartment rent is $963 versus $1,369 for the U.S. as a whole. Number 5. Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines kind of has it all: a robust and multifaceted economy, a vibrant cultural scene, major universities, and most importantly for our purposes here, a low cost of living. On the economic front, Des Moines is probably best known as a major center of the insurance industry and other financial services. Healthcare, manufacturing, and logistics are also key planks supporting the local labor market. Des Moines' strong economy helps keep both the unemployment and poverty rates well below state and national averages. The city also benefits from a comparatively large student population driven by Drake University, Grandview University, Mercy College of Health Sciences, and numerous other institutions of higher learning. At the other end of the age spectrum, Des Moines is known for being especially attractive to retirees. The city boasts plenty of healthcare facilities specializing in aging-related services. Retirees won't lack for things to do either. There are numerous museums and arts venues, including an outdoor sculpture park, a zoo, and botanical gardens. There's even a casino and racetrack in nearby Altoona that hosts annual camel, ostrich, and zebra races. Sorry, no wagering on these exhibition races allowed. Best of all, Des Moines delivers all this with a cost of living that's 14.0% lower than the U.S. average. Housing expenses are roughly a third less than what the typical American spends to keep a roof over his or her head, while transportation and utilities costs are significantly lower too. Number 4. Decatur or Hartselle, Alabama. Decatur and Hartselle are two northern Alabama cities with an abundance of outdoor activities, cultural diversions, and low costs of living. Decatur's economy benefits from being one of the busiest ports on the Tennessee River and from NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in nearby Huntsville. Tourism is another driver of the local economy, thanks to the Wheeler National Wildlife Refuge, the Carnegie Visual Arts Center, and festivals such as the Alabama Jubilee Hot Air Balloon Classic. Nearby Hartselle, about 10 miles south, shares the charms of its neighbor to the north. Residents can cool off in the summer at the city's sprawling aquatic center, which includes a water slide and diving platform. And Southern history buffs will want to stroll through the Hartselle Downtown Commercial Historic District, which is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Residents can enjoy all this and more without breaking the bank. Decatur's housing-related costs, including mortgages and rents, are about 35% cheaper than the national average. Prices on a wide range of goods and services, from pizza to haircuts to dry cleaning, are less expensive too. Number 3. Lake Charles, Louisiana. Tucked away in steamy southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles is steeped in Creole and Cajun culture. An economy bolstered by petrochemical refining, casinos, tourism, and higher education helps give the metro area an unemployment rate a tick lower than the national average. At the same time, the cost of living runs almost 15% lower than the national average. As is typical with every city on this list, affordable housing leads the way. Overall, housing costs run 30% less than what the average American pays. That includes everything from mortgages and rents to insurance and other allied costs. Utilities, which cost about a quarter less than the U.S. average, are another notable way that locals save on their bills. Groceries, transportation, healthcare, and miscellaneous goods and services all run 5% to 8% lower than the national average. Tourists flock to Metro Lake Charles, also known as the Lake Area, thanks to its abundance of lakes and waterways, as well as its casinos. But the metro area has significant academic life too, thanks to the presence of McNeese State University and Soella Technical Community College. Just be forewarned that the metro area's poverty rate of 18.7%, while lower than the state level of 19.6%, is much higher than the national rate of 12.8%. That sad reality also helps keep costs in check. Number 2, Knoxville, Tennessee. Thrifty types should volunteer to check out Knoxville and its greater metro area, one of 2 Tennessee cities to make the list for inexpensive living. The city is notable for its across-the-board affordability for everything from food to transportation, according to the Cost of Living Index. The biggest savings, as per usual, come from the city's especially low housing costs, which run more than a quarter below the U.S. average. Indeed, the mean price of a Knoxville home is $111,000 lower than the national average. Apartment rents are about a third less expensive. Consider Knoxville, the original state capital before Nashville, a good mix of city and country living. It is home to the University of Tennessee and the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, but Knoxville is also the gateway to the Great Smoky Mountains. The Tennessee River runs through downtown. Major employers include the U.S. Department of Energy, Alcoa AA, and Covenant Health. The city was a strategic objective in the Civil War, so history buffs can visit a number of battlefields nearby too. Number 1, Augusta-Aiken, Georgia or South Carolina. While most sports enthusiasts associate Augusta with the storied Masters tournament, there's much more to this city than golf. The metro area, which includes Aiken, South Carolina, is a major center for cybersecurity companies thanks to the presence of the U.S. Army Cyber Command at nearby Fort Gordon. Augusta is also a regional hub for medicine and biotechnology, supported by Augusta University, the state's only public health sciences graduate university, and the Allied Medical District of Augusta. Happily for locals, the area remains among the country's cheapest cities to live in despite the presence of so many well-paid occupations. Augusta-Aiken's cost of living runs 15.5% below the U.S. average, helped by housing costs that are 30% less than what the typical American pays. Folks pay about 12% less than the national average for utilities and healthcare and get a nearly 22% break on transportation. And older citizens catch yet another break. Georgia happens to be one of the more tax-friendly states for retirees. As much as the Masters dominates outsiders' imagination about this city, which sits a 2.5-hour drive from downtown Atlanta, it has much more going on than golf. Finney Swamp Nature Park, minutes from downtown Augusta, offers 14 miles of hiking trails. Aiken is home to the University of South Carolina Aiken and the Aiken Thoroughbred Racing Hall of Fame and Museum.